podcast where we are on some manifest your life.
Come on with it.
Shift your mind.
Y'all better come.
And raise the consciousness type of shit.
Yes.
I am Mia.
And I'm Christie. I'm like, what's my name again? I'm Christie, and you can consider us your spiritual girlfriends for the next hour. All right, so last week's episode was born out of an inquiry we received from one of our listeners. This is Question for the Queen. You guys can always send them to us.
Please, we love them.
So basically she asked, how do I know if I'm hearing from my ego or my higher self? And so I really hope that the episode helped to shed some light on the difference between the two, because honestly, I mean, these are two terms that are used a lot, especially in the spiritual community. And for me, this was helpful just to get a better understanding. So, good. All right, so what are we discussing today?
You know, we're talking about y'all. Okay, I don't even, Lord Jesus, okay. This has been discussed on in many of our other episodes, but not as its own. So today we're going to talk about free will.
Yes.
Oh, Jesus. So, let me just say this, you guys. I know that there are a lot of people who feel like free will doesn't exist, and I think spiritually free will is extremely real, but we're going to get into it and have a discussion about this.
Yes. Okay. So let's, because you guys know I like definitions. So let's provide the definition of free will. Free will is the power of acting without the constraint of necessity or fate, the ability to act at one's own discretion. So the question that I would like to pose here is, do we really have free will? And this was a topic that I actually heard. Do we really have free will, or is it an illusion? Almost just like with the choice, you know.
Right. Okay.
Choose 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to give you the choices, but I'm going to allow you to.
Kind of like how we do our kids when they're little.
Yes, that was the best trick ever. Well, that's what we do with our presidents too. Like, we don't get a chance. They say this is the selection. Facts. You pick from the selection that's given to you.
Facts. Looking like, and sometimes those selections like this.
Right. It's just trash.
Okay. Just on this particular topic on whether or not we have free will or is it illusion.
Yeah.
So this is where I'm going with my thoughts on this. If you believe that we are the master and creator of our lives, that the big free will in terms of choosing to be here and choosing to live in our life, like, I believe that is the free will choice that we made to be here. But within that,
right,
coming down to this 3D world, we also know that there are some constraints that we live in choosing to come into this world. So I think it is one of those, here are the options.
Yeah. But
we already made the free will choice to be here. So I think,
as you say, ding, ding, ding.
Right, ding, ding. And so it's kind of tricky that way, but I do think spiritually, though, we have free will to kind of master and learn who we are. But just in this world, like, I'm like, I kind of get it, but...
But if you think about it, the 3D world, there are limitations within this dimension.
That's my point, right. So that's what I...
And so this is just an interesting topic. I mean, I don't have all the answers, and so we're just, kind of going with it.
Okay. So this is something that I've been seeing a lot of spiritualists talk about too, just because, I've said it before, and I mean, I think we are definitely we're in the war.
Oh yeah,
the spiritual war
the spiritual warfare,
so,
absolutely.
In our free will, within the constraints. So like I said, within the constraints, there is some free will of choice. So in this space that we're in spiritually, people have a free will to choose what side you want to be on. And like we said before, if you truly believe in free will, then that means you allow other people to have their free will. And especially with all of the things going on with the vaccine and and the pandemic, and people do not believe that people should have free will.
Hey, Maxine.
Hey, Maxine. People don't believe that people should have the ability to choose and have sovereignty over their body. So that's another type of free will.
Right.
So there are some, but I do think spiritually whether or not you accept it or not, you have free will.
Yeah.
I think.
I agree. I mean, so we went back. So just going back and thinking of the episode that we recorded about the power of choice. Like, we all have a choice.
Yes.
We all do. And as far as free will, I do, and I guess that was something that I was going to discuss like later on, but we're here now, and that's, it's fine. But I definitely believe spiritually we have both. We have the free will to choose, but then everything is already laid out. Like, we decided, like, this is how my life is going to be. But then I think that there are just different constraints within that frame.
So it's like, you remember those chapter books when we were kids? Where it's like, okay, are you going to go through the tunnel, turn to page 43,
right,
or are you going to go home and have ice cream with your...
Those were good books.
Those were I used to love.
Yeah, those were good books.
So I feel like in this world, we have that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's just a whole lot more options. But I feel like, so if you believe you wrote your story before you got here, when it's easier, more comfortable in the walking face when you know the end, because I wrote the story. So if I already know how this is going to end, no matter which way I choose, I can go the long way, I can go the short way. You know, I can stay in a chapter I'm not, for a little bit longer than I want to, but ultimately we're going to get to where we want to be.
Interesting.
But here's the thing. Do you think that happens when people do not open themselves up to the fact that they do have free will, don't open themselves to the fact that they are the master creator of their world? Because, I feel like...
For those who just wake up and kind of do the same thing in the 3D world, I definitely feel like... But again, maybe that's something that was already determined for them.
Okay, so here we go. Everybody serves a purpose.
Yeah, we all play a role.
Right. So
Jinx. We all play a role.
So for some people in my life, they played a very small role, but there was a role. And just like in other people's lives, I'm playing a very small, like, blip on the, you know what I mean? I play, so we all, and then for other people, it's, it's a bigger role, right. It's more, so I wonder if there are people who, I'm dead serious, I wonder if there are people who actually chose, they came out and said, I want to be a sheeple.
Oh, probably, yeah.
We have to accept the fact that people really chose, like, they...
Yeah.
I mean, we've talked about this before. Like, there are people who would get in their spiritual journey and be like, you know what, I'm good.
No thanks.
No.
Send me back.
I know that there's other stuff out there, but I like this. This feels good. This feels comfortable, and I could die like this. I'm cool.
And there are a lot of people out there like that. And we have to allow.
Now, that's one thing I will say, that I say the spiritually aware, we can do a lot better. We have to stop getting pissed at people for choosing their free will. If that's what they want to do with their life, let them choose. If you're like, but look, you can see it, it's right here. And they're like, yeah, nah. You're like, no, but for you do not see this. Like, no, I don't. Like, that's whole red. Looks blue to me.
Okay.
That right there. Because when we start
time to move on.
And our free will allows us to say, you know what? Okay, baby, cool. If that's what you see, red or blue pill, you live and you'll learn. Excuse me. Hey, what's your name? So there it. But yeah. Okay, so let's even take that, the red or the blue pill. There wasn't red, blue, orange, yellow, green. It was this or that, because those are the choices. So I do understand the concept that there isn't free will, but I think we chose the big free will when we came.
We chose what?
We had the real free will when we decided to come here.
Yes.
But with the knowledge that, like, this is the bubble. You can free will it out, but in that bubble. You know what I mean? Like, it's only A through Z. Whereas in other dimensions, it might be,
Okay, so then this may be taking things a little bit left, but I'm just going to go with it. So,
go with it.
Okay, so as far as source, within the spiritual community, us as humans in this physical form, we are expressions of all of the different possibilities that Source can live and be
and want to experience.
and experience. Yes.
Yes.
So
Okay.
then,
Okay.
ultimately, the free will didn't necessarily come from us; it came from Source.
Wait, hold on. Let me wrap my head around. Okay. If I'm a manifestation of God and I chose to be in this life, or anybody else look at this dire manifestation of God. So Source had the free will to choose. I'm gonna live it like this. I'm gonna do it like this. I'm gonna do this. So and there's an infinite, and not just in humans. It's planets and stars. I'm an experience as a tree, as the wind, you know what I mean, like
down to the ant, grain of salt. Yeah.
So if Source has the ultimate free will because it's the ultimate creator, and if we are a manifestation of Source, does that not pass down to us? Like I'm like seriously asking though, is it like a
Well, I don't know, because then again, now I feel like things are just going a little too deep, because then you know how you have like, as far as the past, present, and the future, it's not linear,
right?
But it's vertical.
Yes.
And so I don't know. So now I'm just thinking about a whole bunch of things.
I hate when that happens.
I know.
Like, wait, no, because that could. So, because it's almost like you're contradicting yourself as you're thinking about it. You're like, but. Okay, so wait a minute. Think of it this way, spiritually.
Yeah.
There was a point in time where you said, I'm a Christian. There was a point in time when I was like, okay, I'm a Christian. And I could have chosen to be any other Orthodox religion at that time. I wasn't aware yet of the infinite being and divinity in me yet, but I totally believed at that time, in that moment, based on what I knew, that I was using my free will. Now, in a different position, do I think that I was not using my free will? I still think I was, allowing myself the choice to choose. And so, the choice to choose, Lord Jesus. But, you know what I mean? Like, I chose, and then I chose again. But there are people who feel like they don't have the ability to choose. So if we take it like down to the granular level, we have free will because we've allowed ourselves the space to be able to learn something new, take in and decide what we want to do with it. There are people who don't even allow themselves to take in new information to process, whether, you know what I mean? It's just like, this is what my mother told me, this is what it's always been, and there's nothing that she's going to tell me is different from that, and I don't want to hear this shit you're talking about. Does that mean that they aren't exercising their free will? They are freely choosing to stay where they are. That's why I'm like, we can't say that's not their free will. It's like, well, you have free will. They're like, yeah, I know, and I'm gonna sit my ass here, leave me alone, beat it. Scram.
Yeah, I definitely do believe that there is both. Like, there are some things that I'm supposed to do while I'm here, but in the midst of it, there are a couple of roads or bridges I can cross that I would necessarily not do before anyway. So.
Well, what if? Okay, one more before we.
And I got another one too.
What if
Excuse me.
I'm in a position where. Damn, that's a hard one. Okay, what if I'm in a position where, like, okay, let's say like a cult, like cults like life. I'm not even allowed to know that there is something else. Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't even, you can't even.
Like, if you were born and raised within the cult.
Yes.
Okay.
So.
Well, unless you have access to social media.
Well, now, but I'm just saying, like, kind of in general, like, but there are religious cults that don't allow, like, because they know that this is information to stuff that they don't want them to know, and they'll be like, wait a minute,
how'd you know about that?
Everybody doesn't walk around naked all day. Wait a minute, no. So, are we to say that they aren't able to exercise free will because they didn't have access to know that there's something else? See, I don't think that they're exercising free will. I feel like when you know that there's more and you're choosing to either go or stay or do something else or explore, when you don't have a choice, you're not exercising your free will. That you're not even allowed, that's not a concept for you. When you don't know, you know.
Right. Okay, so then what about this? So of all the possibilities we have, so if I go, so when I meditate, I call it, it's like when I visualize it, it's this blank slate and I can create whatever it is that I want. So, how we have all these options that we can choose in our life. Would it make sense to think all of the options that a person has to choose from are all of the options that are happening simultaneously, past, present, and future?
Damn. Okay, damn. What do you think? Okay, wait, hold on. I don't see why not, because if we think about it, our past, present, and future lives are also happening right now. So wouldn't it just still be a continuum? Maybe. So it's not like this. So maybe it's like this, but like that. It's spread. It's like.
Maybe it's that and.
Ooh, and. I love an and.
Yeah, just, something to think about.
Sorry, guys.
No, it's fine.
This is one of those topics that we can go on for a minute.
All right, so something else about free will. I heard that our reality as we know it is basically like a mental construct we make, and that is formulated in the brain, which then has us view life from a subjective lens.
Okay, say that one more time. Look at my, hold on. For the slow people, for me.
So basically our reality is like a mental snapshot of all of our experiences.
So it's our perception based on our experiences.
Exactly,
okay.
Which has us see life from a subjective lens.
Absolutely, I definitely believe that.
So, I'm not sure how that tied. I mean, I was just writing things down, but as far as free will, but then I guess.
So also you're saying like if you are having a subjective view, how that means that your options and choices for which you're going to be exposed to are based on that subjective view.
Yeah, too. Because I also think and that's the thing too, because like you said, we are many creators. We are creators. Sorry. We are creators. So then again, this is like where our thoughts and everything. I mean, this tells us right here, like our mental construct that we form in our brain. That is what it allows us to see life from a certain place. So that's one of the things that's really important as far as having to reprogram the way that we think and the information that we allow in our brain, because then ultimately it creates our life. It creates our external experience.
All right, look, we're gonna take the free will down to what's happening right now.
Okay, let's do that.
I got you. How about this? Because I just saw this video of people clowning. Somebody did like a clip of all the people clowning on planes by wearing their masks.
Oh yeah.
So this discussion, this free will has come up so much when it comes to these masks.
Right.
So there's the mandate. Whatever the fuck that means. But there's the mandate that you have to wear a mask because you want to stop the spread of COVID. Okay, and there are many people who believe that you telling me to cover my face is you're blocking my free will. I shouldn't have to do that to walk around here. Now here's the question. Is it that I don't want to do it, or is it that I don't like you took my choice away from me? Because I honestly feel like if
you don't like your choice was taken away.
So that makes me feel like you are literally taking, and everyone believes that they have that it is their right their birthright to, I should be able to have some free will, especially Americans. You know, we think we should be able to do whatever we want to do.
Yep.
Rude. Anyway, so if you're taking away my choice, now you are taking away something that I am born to have, and this, you know, this is how I feel. And now I feel like I need to take away your free will. You have, you know what I mean? So these people are actually like getting violent with people.
Oh yeah, like people in stores coughing on people, following them around. Like, what is going on? You guys don't do that. Don't do that.
The dude who was on the plane, they duct taped him to the chair.
Yes, I saw that. I saw that.
That is so bad, but I get a little. I'm not gonna lie.
Yep. Okay, so let's talk about. So this actually ties into what I was just talking about as far as the mental construct that we form in our brain. That actually affects like manifestation. But then also, okay, so, and this is just, again, this is how my brain works sometimes. So then how does manifestation work? Because we're choosing to manifest.
See, okay.
So that's one of those things that falls into
like
a choice.
I'm visualizing, I'm choosing it, I'm moving towards that. I'm manifesting this, so that is my choice.
But then also, what they say about manifestation is that, get your vibration right so that you can basically align with the person who already has that thing that you want to manifest.
See, I don't think it's aligning with the person.
Or like that vibration.
Yes, thank you.
The energy.
Yeah. See, I think that we can choose to manifest whatever we want. I do. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I do. I feel like I could tap, into anybody. Not that I'm doing anything special, but I feel like anybody could tap into any vibration that they want to and vibrate at that place long enough where it becomes their reality.
Okay, so then what do you think about a homeless person?
I was gonna say, so I think that we can be beaten down to a point in life where we just accept. And we're just like, I'm done, I'm tired. You know what I mean? Because we don't necessarily know that. A lot of people are walking around here don't have no idea that they can create their life.
Agreed.
And I was walking around here, did not know that I had much control.
Me too.
Powers over my life until way later. So I know that that's a very real thing. And you think about it, like prisoners. You can come in with a certain mindset, but if you are exposed to this every day, there's a point where you can say, you know what, fuck it, okay, fine, I'm one of y'all now. This is my mentality. Mm-hmm. But there are people in prison who will find joy and peace because they're like, this is just a place that I'm at. This is not my vibration.
Right. That's good. That is good.
So there is still... but I think there's a certain point you have to get to realize that you do have free will.
True.
It's like you think you have free will, but it's like, okay, we have choices. Then you get a little bit further in line and you shift your mind and raise your own consciousness.
Hey.
And then you realize, wait a minute, hold on. My options are plentiful.
So then I guess a person, right? It's a and this and this. So then I guess a person doesn't have free will if they don't if they don't know.
No. Ooh. That's one of those. If the tree falls in the forest, nobody
right.
Did it make
Which
sense?
comes first,
right.
The chicken or the egg?
Okay. Wait. Just be. What did Samuel just say? Just because you don't know that it exists doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
Yes.
Like before I knew gummies existed, I would have told you that that's a lie. Who makes candy with weed in it?
Pray tell who? Who?
What? But in a different. Now I know something. So just you know what I mean. It just doesn't exist in your reality.
Okay, so a person who doesn't know free will can't exercise, which means it doesn't exist.
Ooh. In their reality.
In their reality.
Yes, look, I'm like, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Let us know what you all think. Free will, determinism.
This is something that we could, let us know what it is that you think. Okay, but let's talk about this. When people are starting their journeys, or going through their journeys, they're learning more about their ability to create and, the free will. Their free will, excuse me. So, I feel like we're coming to a point in as a collective, like, shit's already, like,
already
going to hell in a handbasket, but now people are having to make options, have to make a choice. And I feel like this is one of those, you go either here or you go over here.
Yep.
You want to stay and keep things status quo like it is, or you ready to blow this shit up and create a new world. And I think when you really, when you think about that, it's like, what the hell does it mean? I don't like this, but I don't know what that is. So this is a very interesting time for people, because it's like you gotta have faith in the fact that I came here to do something and I know it ain't this shit. I don't know how to get there, but do I have faith enough to ride this out? Or am I just going to be like, you know what? Look, how old am I? 44? I got, another 40 years max, 50 years max on here. So, fuck it, I could just ride this out. And I honestly think people are having to make these type of decisions in life. And is that free will?
That's the thing. Because if they're like, if it's already been determined, like, if it's already been set already, then their life has already been set out for them to go that route.
But how? So if I'm on the other side, say I'm not on the side that I'm at, because I'm ready for this. But if I'm on the other side, and I would truly and honestly believe that y'all are wrong. You are absolutely wrong. And yes, the right side will win. Light will win. Jesus is going to come and get me. And I'm riding off with him. And the rest of y'all just, they really, truly, you cannot tell them anything, that the sky is going to open up and then people are just going to start disappearing because they have ascended. And the rest of you devil worshiping crystal people, all you witches are going to be down there burning in hell. And I hate to tell them, but this is hell. But anyway, but they truly believe that. Like, for real believe that. So, for me to try to tell them, like, the light's going to win, baby. It's like, you're inevitable. And they would be like, you're right. Sure is. So, depending on where you are in this, you can truly believe I'm on the right side of this. I don't know how many people are like, I know I'm on the wrong side, but I'm going to mess it up. This truly like, no, I'm on the right side of this. I know it's about, And there's several different versions of I'm on the right side of this. Y'all, you gonna see. And here's the thing. We can all get the same information. It's so funny. I see this all the time. I used to do this with my ex-husband. Well, we could be sitting there watching the same movie at the same damn time.
I've seen that, yeah.
And somebody would ask him, oh, what'd you think about the movie? And I would listen to him say, I'd be like, what the fuck is he? Is that how you saw that? Is that what your interpretation?
It's like we didn't see the same thing,
right? But I know exactly what scene he's talking about, but his interpretation and perception of it would be completely different. And in my head, I'd be like, no, that's not what happened. She didn't. How do you But his perception was that's how he felt, and how am I going to tell him that what he saw is not what he saw, felt, and perceived? Yeah. So. Everybody thinks they're on the right side of this. And that's the scary part.
Yeah, I agree.
Because, sometimes you're like, I can see your point, but, this is where I am on it. And somebody said, well, what if we're wrong? Because at the end of the day, like, this is one little blip on the timeline of my soul. Mm-hmm. If this is wrong, what I do know for a fact is that this is a blip on the timeline of my soul. That I know.
Right. Okay, so then what do you think about this? So determinism, there are several people who believe in it, and I do believe it to some extent. I think it's a combination. Like, I believe it's an and.
What is determinism? Break it down.
So basically, determinism is, okay, your life is already determined.
Yes.
This is what's going to happen. This is, everything that's already laid out for you has already been determined. So,
Damn. Okay, that's
and
hard.
so this is,
That's
again, this
hard.
is the whole discussion. If this is true, so like, does free will truly exist if there's this thing
It's
called
already
determinism?
Okay.
Because we say that, like, okay, we signed up for this contract, we already knew we were going to come down here and do this and do that. So that basically says that our contract here has already been determined.
Okay, but again.
But within that...
Right, but here's the thing, though. But I wrote my contract.
Yeah, so then do you really have free will? Yeah, like, I feel like you have free will within that construct of your determinism, your determined life.
Damn.
That's what I was saying. I was like, man, I don't know if I want to go this deep. Like, because I don't want, like, there are so many ways to think about it, but if you think about it, we all talk about it. The church talks about it. We talk about coming here and having a contract, and there are certain things that we have to overcome, obstacles we have to deal with.
Yeah, okay, but so even with that, I feel like the obstacles are set up for us to learn lessons to move forward. So it's it's basically like an obstacle course. Mm-hmm. So okay, I have to jump over this, and I have to.
You just don't remember where you put everything.
Exactly. But it's almost like I put little clues out for myself to find in life, to learn and grow, to get to another point, to get to another point, to get to another point. Because the one thing, okay, I got it. The one thing that I do think it all comes back to is that we are a part of a whole. That we are all one. And in some way, shape, or form, we all service that whole. Now, again, whatever your role is, you are a service to the collective. There are people, there's what we call really bad and evil people here, and they chose to be that because that brings out the light.
Yep.
And there are people who come in, they're just like, this is a whole angel. And they chose to be that way because it exposes the dark. So it's two sides of, but it's still the same.
It's whole, yeah. It's still whole.
So we're all a part of the collective. So yes, I have so much free will, but I'm never not a part of the collective. I'm never not a part of the whole. That free will I don't have. And I don't think anybody has.
But I feel like it goes back to source, because source was
exactly
okay.
No, exactly.
Yeah, because source is. I just want. Because there are times where I'll just sit and think about shit like this, and my brain will just go off and just wander. And so okay, all right, good, all right.
No. So okay, guys, kings and queens. This is something that we could talk about for hour upon hour, but we really do want to know what you guys think about free will. And do you have free will? Do you exercise free will? Do you believe in free will? Do you think that we're basically just pieces on a checkerboard? I used to say all the time, what if we were somebody? What if I'm somebody's Sims character?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what if I'm just somebody's Sims character? I used to be mad at whoever's playing me. I'd be like, you need to make better decisions, baby. I don't like your decision making.
Yeah.
So that's what.
But yeah, we would like to hear. What do you guys think?
So hit us up on IG at 2 Queens Crystal Things. Is there an end in there? No. 2 Queens Crystal Things, and let us know what you think.
Yeah, let us know.
So, but I will say, and this is probably part of the the takeaway. I really do believe that no matter whether or not you believe that there is true free will, there is choice. You have choices. And understand that the only choice that you can control is yours. Mm-hmm. So even if you're like, okay, free will is fake, okay, you're fine. If free will is fake, whatever, if you don't believe in the concept, that's fine. But at the end of the day, you still have decisions to make. What are you choosing? What do you want to be in this world? How do you want to play a part in this world? And the fact of the matter is, your free will chose your butt to be here, so now you're here, so now what? I mean, like if we're going to break it down.
Simplify
it. Well, damn it, you're right. Okay, you're here now. Now what? Now I do understand though the angst that comes with having to deal with other people in our government system.
Yeah.
I totally understand. Like there's no free will there. I don't even think we have anything close to free will within, especially when like our elected girl by. Just no. No, we do not. They tried their hardest to convince us, and I think for a very long time, a majority of society truly believed that we the people of the United States of America. Oh, I'm sorry. That we the people were choosing. You know, isn't that the whole point of democracy? That we really run it. You answer to us. We put you there. That is some bull.
No, I mean it's a bait and switch.
So I do understand from that perspective when you're walking around day to day, it's like I don't have free will. It's like, you know, if I don't go to college and get this degree and do this, I can't go. There's no possibility for me to be the CEO of Amex. You know, or I don't know. I'm just making up something. But what if that's what I would like to aspire to be? But I don't want to do that. So do I really have free will? Because there are some social constructs put in place. Now, if you're not a part of the person who is creating these social constructs, you feel like I don't have free will. But if you are a part of putting it together, you're like, I created the game. And a lot of us are realizing that we in the game and didn't create it.
Okay, so then what do you think about this? People who believe in determinism then feel like there's no need to really do anything in their life if their life has already been like determined for them.
Yeah, but you still have decisions to make. What do you mean?
There
you
you go.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like, yes, okay, it's but you still in the chapter book.
Yeah.
You gonna go down the cave, or you gonna go home and have ice cream? Like, what you gonna do? You feel like exploring, or you want to go home? You still have that choice.
Yeah.
And well, I'll say this too. I do think wait a minute. I was going to say, I think that we do have free will when it comes to choosing how we respond to things.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? So
yes.
It doesn't matter what you do if you make a choice within the social
But then
construct
do we?
Feelings though.
But then do we? Because if our life was already determined, then in that moment it would have been determined that we would have snapped off or we would have kept our cool. That's the thing. Like I feel like they're two sides.
Okay. But when you're in it, when you're in the moment, you like I have a decision to make. I feel it coming up, or I can say, you know what? I'm not going to allow you to take me someplace that I don't want to go, and I don't feel like going there.
But if your life was determined,
that moment, though,
but if your life was determined,
feel like I have the free will. God damn it!
But you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I really.
I mean, it's there. Honestly, you guys, there are so many different layers to this. Like, I feel like this isn't like a truly structured podcast. This is really us just asking questions and discussing this topic.
This stuff we think about and talk about. Shoot.
Yeah, this is stuff that we think about.
Like, y'all help us. We want to talk about this.
So what do you guys think? Do you think, okay, so for me, this is what I believe. Okay, and again,
break it down.
And I don't know a whole bunch, but this is what I believe. I do believe that we have free will, but the free will is within the construct of determinism. Mm-hmm. That's what I believe.
Yes. That make okay.
It's like, think about this large labyrinth, and it's like, okay, well, you are within this labyrinth, you can't leave it, but within it, you can make different choices to experience different areas of it. I don't know. That's how I kind of see it. What do you guys think? Well, okay, what do you think, Mia?
I like that. I like the way that you described that. The only thing that I would add to it is it's the chosen social construct. I came here knowing that, and this is, you gotta think about, y'all, what a time to be alive, like for real, like this, time, like this time for real right now to be alive, because we really are at the point where you gotta make a decision. I know that I came here to help blow this shit up and try to start over. I came to awaken all the soldiers. I came to awaken it's all of our people. Like, come on, healers, come on, soldiers, let's do this. It's time, because they who have created the social construct, they messed it up. But I knew that I was coming here and it was going to be messed up. So it's like, yes, free will within that, but we knew it coming in. And there are people who love this social construct. They're like, because they're benefiting yes. Like, what is wrong with you people? Life is awesome and amazing. And honestly, life is awesome and amazing.
Yeah, life is awesome. Life is amazing.
It truly is. It can be whatever you want it to be. However, maybe what we're creating is a world where there is true free will. Now, what does that really look like? You got to think about this. Like, you think about the social construct. So there's always the talk about, like, defund the police and do this and do that. But I think to myself, if somebody breaks in my home or attempts to, or attacks me or tries to rape me or do something like that, I want to be able to call someone to help me. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that. Or, ding, 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 and, I want to be able to defend myself. And whatever happens, happens. But see, the problem with that is, because I do think people, like you come up and bye-bye. You chose wrong today, boo, and I'm choosing right.
Right.
But what happens when somebody chooses to defend themselves or chooses, I just want to end your life because that's my free will? And there
are some people like that.
Very serious. There are. And there is no consequence or thought or anything that says, but I don't want to be in jail, or I don't, you know what I mean? So maybe I won't do that. Do you know what I'm saying? So they're
that person serves a purpose.
Right, but so are we saying we're creating a world where people should be able to do that? It's like, I don't like your outfit. I feel like killing today. And there are a lot more people than we believe that are like that than we know.
I'm hoping we are creating a world where people are more in tune with themselves and in tune with their hearts and in tune with just the collective consciousness.
Right. So I hope
that's what I hope.
Right. I hope that what we are working towards is everyone understanding that we're all the same, that we are all from one source or one creator. And so I feel like if it's more difficult for me to feel like I want to end you when you are me.
Right.
And I truly understand, like, well, we the same. Do you see what I mean? Like, so when I think about what that type of world is like, that's beautiful to me.
But if you are the type of person that is struggling with not liking themselves, if you don't like yourself, then you're not going to like other people. Damn. And that's why it's important. I mean, that's why we talk about, like, healed people heal people. That's why it's important for everyone to deal with their shit. There we go. Because, what we do for ourselves is going to help and benefit other people. Because once we fix whatever is missing in ourselves or what we feel like we're lacking, once we're able to feel that for ourselves, we're able to help other people to see that and recognize that it's within themselves too. Wake up, everybody. But, like we talked about, it should be and. I think it's the same with this, free will and determinism. Our world is very polarized. So, again, there is always this duality that can exist, but that may also be an illusion. Who knows? But, again, maybe it's not free will and determinism. Maybe it is just a whole of a concept or something we don't understand yet.
I'm just sitting here just talking. I'm thinking about.
See, now you want me. Now I
so much. You might want to clean that top ash up. I remember so much being afraid to even allow my mind to go down this path because it seemed I was so fearful because it seemed to be like no definite. It's a lot.
It's a lot of the unknown.
It's a lot of the unknown, and the unknown can be scary. Or it can be wonderful.
We talked about that with ego. Versus higher self.
Can you see
that right? Yep. Thank you. But yeah, that was my takeaway. So for the temple work, what do you have?
Ooh,
is there any temple work?
Let me think. I don't even think about temple work. What I've been doing. Oh, you know what, you guys? Full moon was, this isn't temple work, but I do want to remind you guys. Ooh, y'all, this full moon is a mug here. You like that? We had a full moon 2 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
You guys, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful full moon, and I really hope. I did this poll on IG. Where I was asking people, are you releasing this season, or are you holding on? And 95% of people said they were releasing. They feel like they were going to,
I think a lot of people are.
It's just it's that season. So again, this is something that I want us to always be cognizant of, especially when Mother Moon gives us such a beautiful opportunity to release some stuff, and it's like where the cosmos line up, and the universe has your back, specifically for releasing during that time. It always has your back. But so just think about what you're releasing this season, and I'm taking us back to our journals, you guys. I'm taking us back to our journals, and we got homework in there. Just think about what you're releasing this season, and this season is a special and different season too, because it's a new season in the beginning of a new world.
I like that. All right, that was good.
What's our crystal of the day? Week.
The crystal of the week is Heliodor. And so this particular crystal, the element is fire. Chakras deals with the solar plexus. And I'm trying to provide briefer descriptions, but this particular crystal, Heliodor, is a potent ally for the...
I like that name.
I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Someone can correct me. But it's a potent ally for the development of personal power through the activation of the mind and the appropriate use of will. This crystal also helps one focus at the solar plexus. And you guys know solar plexus deals with our identity, our personal power.
Mm-hmm.
And living in this life, we need to be able to have that, so that when we decide to utilize our free will, it's coming from a space of knowing, you know. So you guys know this. So the solar plexus is the chakra through which one can channel spiritual energies into physical reality. So the archetypal sense, the stone is also masculine. It emphasizes the qualities of assertiveness, self-confidence, physical and mental strength, manifestation, discrimination, benevolence, and power. This crystal is one of the higher consciousness, and physical is one of the higher consciousness and physical well-being. And this crystal invokes the celestial golden ray of knowledge and learning. It's actually a really pretty crystal. And
what color is it?
It's like I've seen a couple. There's like a green color, and then almost like a light amber-ish.
That sounds pretty.
But honestly, I haven't worked with it, but it sound like a really good crystal for this episode. But it also helps to stimulate the mind, enables the brain to work more effectively. Again, free will, just making sure that we are making good choices for ourselves, which is not ourselves, it's for everyone.
Right, I was about to say, honestly, I think that if people feel like they have to, if you feel like you are in, some people feel like we're in a box, like,
yeah,
I have to do this or that. And I think having free will within this third dimension is understanding that there are more things in front of you, and more options and choices and ways for you than what we sometimes perceive.
Yeah.
Right? So opening our mind beyond our current perception allows us to explore our free will a little bit more.
Yeah.
And I just think that, like, especially with everything that's going on, and I think a lot of people there is a group of people, and it's growing from from 1 to 10 to 20. It's growing where people are just like, okay, yeah, I get that I'm in this social construct, but
get me off.
Right, like demand, like you can't demand me anything, and so there's that I think what we're going to see, like, and I've been talking about this for months, y'all. The institutions that we have been loving and believing and trusting are being exposed more and more. And you have to think about if like, we've been able to travel this road and kind of come to it on our own, But if just think about everything that you want, somebody just peeled it off and say, here, it's right in front of you at a time when you weren't ready to see it. There's going to
you're gonna be angry.
Angry as hell. Angry as hell. So I think, unfortunately, right to this, there's going to be a little bit of a revolution. Dare I say?
Let's see if it'll be televised.
It ain't gonna be televised because you know the news ain't gonna put it on.
No, they
Look,
sure
won't. When they said the revolution would not be televised,
they were correct.
They straight told us. They said we're not about to show that revolution.
You're correct. Okay, the last point with this crystal before I forget. No, it's fine. Before I forget, this is actually one of the main reasons why I wanted it. So the energy of this crystal will also help to stimulate one's will and to align with the will with divine purpose. So again, just making sure that you are aligning with the divine purpose for your life. So I thought that this would be a really good crystal.
Okay.
Yeah. That's it. Do you have a message for the day, or that was it?
I was starting. So,
sorry.
So you guys, I know a lot of us are feeling a lot depleted, tired. What's next? Like, when is this ever going to end? And so, some of y'all might not like this. Well, like, for real. Spiritually, y'all, we have to wake up to the point where we realize that nobody is going to come and fix this and save this for us. So many of us are just like, oh my God, when are they going to figure this out? When is this going to be over? It's not. That's how we got to the position that we are in when we've allowed and given up so much of who we are in our decision making in our life. Like, I remember we were talking about we don't even know how to know what the weather is because we just give up so much of our intuition of things that come naturally to us that we just don't know what to do. We literally don't know what to do and think, oh, I'm fine. We don't know what to do and think for ourselves. So now that people are waking up, that I've given up so much control over my thoughts and my mentality, my oh my goodness, my sanity over to whatever is happening outside of me, and we find out that we still have that we still have that power to decide for ourselves and make decisions that are best for ourselves. We start stretching out a little bit, and so as people are stretching their boundaries and saying like, hey, what I got going on here? They're realizing, wait a minute, I gave up a lot of control. And at the same time that our institutions are failing us, so I am imploring and begging for everyone to just wake up to the fact that you have control and that nobody's coming to save you. No, y'all, there is no cavalry. There is no team. Nobody is coming to save us. We have some support from each other. And as a collective, when we start to kind of come together and wake up, I mean, people are talking about, the extraterrestrials are coming. Yes, they're coming, but guess what? They're not coming to save. If they come, they're not coming to save anybody. It's like, I would join you in the fight. So we have to wake up and fight for ourselves. Because it's when everything starts to be revealed, and Christie and I talk about this all the time, our financial institutions. Yeah, I didn't even realize that, I don't know, in the early 70s, I think, that the value of the dollar had nothing to do with gold anymore. This shit is for real, like, just made up. And so I think the more, like, it's like for this, like, when I think about that, I'm like, we really just playing games. These are for real games. But as people start to realize, okay, but what am I doing this for? And especially people right now, there are already people who are like, wait a minute, hold on. You trying to tell me I'm supposed to get up every day, work 9 to 5, come home, eat dinner, have fun for 2 days, and we can do this every day for, the first 55, 65 years of my life, and then live until I, just die. And I'm like, nah. Who said that? Who said that? Who told you that? And so as more people are waking up to that, even just, that's not the life that I want to live. I don't want to dedicate my life to helping somebody else, make more money, build wealth. And while I'm living check to check, there's a lot of people who are waiting. Like, I have things that I can offer this world. I have a service that I can provide. I have products. I have this, and people have these passions and say, I'm going to serve my purpose. So you guys, this is a perfect example of people waking up and understanding then nobody's coming to save me. I have to create this. And I love, love, love seeing it. People are out here realizing I can create this. Like, I don't have to go beg these people for this promotion. I don't have to take the job that I want for a few years to prove that I can do it before they pay me for it. Ooh, baby. All of that. People are just waking up. That's just like kind of like the first steps. And
I'm getting there.
We're going to continue to wake up to, like, it's, you know, it's just, it's okay. But also understand that there are people who say, yeah, I don't want to create anything. I don't want to have my own business. I like getting up and knowing every
like
2 weeks
I get paid.
And I know exactly how much is coming. It's not, you know, because you know, with the entrepreneur, when you're an entrepreneur, it's famine or feast. You can be kicking it and living. Sometimes it's like a poultry, like, you know, what you have for dinner, ice soup, right?
It was mighty tasty.
It was wonderful, wonderful. Did you have it cold or warm this time? Room temperature.
Well, I went to the bathroom, turned the shower on. You know, I decided I needed a little bit more.
So there are people that, like, that's comfortable. That is comfortable. It feels good, and especially if you're making good money. You know, if you're making good money, you're like, girl, shut up. Do you know how much I'm bringing in every other week? You know what I mean? So it's just spiritually, and the way that we are acting this out in this 3D world, stop waiting for that. They got us here because we released our power. And just claim back your power. Seriously, you know how they be like, oh man, they always, we're always taught, right? We is they.
No one's coming. We gotta come and get ourselves.
So it's just, you guys wake up. And also, big thing, because there's a lot of stuff happening in the world right now. Do not live in fear. Do not live in fear. Live in preparation. Live in understanding. And also do not forget that we are all a part of the same thing. Yes. So anything that's happening in Haiti, it affects us. The things that are happening in Afghanistan, oh my God, like, it affects everywhere. There are so many that's happening around the world. And again, if you just think about the fact, if you are sitting on the moon and looking at the planet, all this division, and that's over there, it looks like the same place.
Yep.
Just imagine you sitting on the moon and look at this world. That's what we are. We are all on this together. No one sees the little lines they make, like, no, this that country, that's that state. They don't see that. They just see this beautiful planet that provides us resources, and that we are, and it's just time for us to love back to it and give thanks to it and reconnect with the nature of who we are. We all have stardust in us. We are literally in our body. The same things that stars are made of is inside of us. Yep. So we truly, truly, truly are part of a collective. And we is they. Nobody is going to save us. It's just okay. And look, everybody's not a soldier. Everybody's not a warrior. Yep. We need nurses in this war. We need, you know what I mean? Like, everybody plays a role.
Yeah, everyone does play a role, but I would like to add, if I may.
Please,
I apologize.
But
we talked about we are all the collective. We are they is we. And what you do affects the next person. That's why I think it's so important for us to embark on our healing and spiritual journey, because through that we learn more about ourselves. Ooh. And we start to have a greater understanding and appreciation for ourselves, and that passes down. Right now is the time where so much light is needed. We need more light. And so the more that we're able to release the weight, the more that we're able to release the shit that kept us down, and we're able to heal from our trauma, we are releasing a load. We become lighter, and we become a light to those who need it. So I really think it's important for us to do our own work.
You know what, you guys, I think about it like this. I don't want to sound like exactly facts. It's not, I'm not one of these, love and light, everything's going to be fine. But when Christie's talking about, this is what I'm saying. Like, to me, when you say that, what I hear is, yes, we need more light, because light wakes you up. When you are asleep at night and that sun comes peering through your windows on your eyes, it wakes you up.
We need more light.
We need more light, because we need more people to wake up. And it's wake up to understand who they are. and the role that they play, and we is they.
Mm-hmm.
We are our hero. We are our own damn heroes.
Yeah.
Individually and collectively.
Yep, I agree with that.
So that's it.
Oh, that was good. I hope you all enjoyed this episode.
Yes.
We need each other.
We need each other.
Yeah, so thank you all for listening to Two Queens and Crystal Things. And I really want to know who this person is that listens. The one person in Oceania. I think it's Oceania. That's like Australia area, I think.
Oh.
But I want to know. I posted, maybe I should post it again. I posted a poll to see where our listeners. Yeah.
You guys, so thank you. But before we go, I want you guys to take out your phones, go on IG, and Christie's new IG page.
Oh my gosh! Thank you.
She is launching a business.
Oh my gosh.
Doing
it scared, you guys.
Doing it scared in the middle of next month. So we are going to support. And so what we're going to do is get out your phones and go follow her page. It is Sage House Apothecary. Sage House Apothecary. Y'all know how to spell apothecary. Look it up. So I'm excited to see for the big launches, for everything to be revealed. So take out your phones, do it right now. Do it right now, okay? So
I did not pay her to do this.
No, she really did. And then you can follow us, the podcast page at Two Queens Crystal Things. We put up some polls and reels, and some fun stuff. And every Monday we give you an affirmation for the week. Mm-hmm. So please follow our page.
Yes.
What else? Oh, follow me.
Yes.
If you're bored, you need something new.
Oh, don't whatever.
Don't. You want something?
Follow me. You guys know she is thebum.com.
At Wings Unleashed 444. I like talking to you guys. You guys reach out. You ask questions. I always answer. So let's kick it.
Just kick it.
In a few episodes, we're gonna be doing. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, and you can follow me. My personal IG is Christie.
I
No, it's okay. Christie R. Edwards. Nothing big, nothing special.
You guys, we're gonna do a couple of episodes coming up. Probably doing some interviews. If there is someone or a particular topic of an expert that you want us to find and interview and share with the audience, let us know. Hit us up on IG and tell us hey, if he wants to find an astrologer, and have a conversation. Let us know.
There was one astrologer I wanted, and she just didn't respond.
Oh, pull on her.
Maybe I should try again.
Look, her free will.
Well, she's too busy playing with her little baby goats, so I can't be mad.
Fun. So we are. Let us know, okay? So we're looking to talk to some people, bring them on, and have some fun discussions. All right,
you guys. Light.
Peace.
Love.
And soul.
Thank you for listening. Love you. Bye.